Jayson Tatum. He did not take the bait from Jason Kidd heading into Game 2. Instead of trying to prove that he's the best Celtics player by playing hero ball, he dished out a team-high 12 assists. Tatum, he may be struggling to get his shot to fall, but that doesn't seem to bother him much as the Celtics are just 2 wins away from hanging that elusive banner number 18.
I'm not letting it bother me, right? I'm still trying to find ways to impact the game. And dominate the game in other areas. And I understand that it could take one game. One game I could explode and, all those, the percentage and things like that could change. So it's just that mindset of, I'm one game away.
So I've been impressed with Jayson Tatum's resolve as he's answered this question basically before and after every single game. What is it like not being the best player on this team? Are you going to continue to be able to deal with it? But the fact of the matter is, you're laughing, Rich.
Because it's some of the dumbest questions I've ever heard.
But he gets them all the time. And so at some point, if it was me, at some point I'd roll my eyes. And I haven't heard him roll, or seen him rather, roll his eyes one time. He just continues to take, as you put it, the dumb questions, if you were terming it that way.
I was 100%
Thank you for that,
way.
Rich. I appreciate it. But the fact of the matter is, Kristaps Porzingis, his status is up in the air for this Game 3. So he hasn't been a scoring machine yet. Do they need more from him now, Chiney?
Absolutely. Okay. And I do believe that Jayson Tatum is due. He's due for a big game. And I do like that he has not settled for I have to force it. Instead, I'm going to continue to be that great playmaker that he's evolved himself to be. If there was one big difference from the 2022 Jayson Tatum in the finals to the 2024, it's the fact that he's mature enough to realize he doesn't have to be the center, even though society wants him to be. People are expecting him to be that superstar, the finals MVP. But this team, I think between the locker room, they just care about the championship. So they're just doing whatever it takes, but he is due because he knows that if his teammate is not 100%, he probably has to do more, and they've bought him enough time to do so.
They used to call me Crazy Joe, but you could call me Batman. I bet y'all know what movie that is.
Oh, yes.
What is it?
Lean
on me. And Jayson Tatum he's playing a prominent role in there right now. Listen, here's the thing, right? He's been leaning on his teammates too damn much. And you talk about he didn't take the bait when J. Kidd threw it out there. He did have a game high in shot attempts. He shot 22 shots in that game, too. So at the end of the day, look, role players, and I'm not trying to disrespect Jrue Holiday, Derek White, and Porzingis.
Sounds like it's coming.
But they're role players on this team. Because they're role players to Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Agreed.
They did their job at home. Now it's time for Jayson Tatum to elevate his game on the road. And in fairness to Jayson Tatum, if you look throughout the course of the playoffs, in the series, he elevated his game against Cleveland on the road in Game 3. Yeah. He showed up and showed out Game 3 against the Pacers. Okay. Now the stage is set for him to redeem himself.
The Celtics are plus 166 in the playoffs with Jayson Tatum on the court. When he's off the court, 0, flat. Now, some of that is because of garbage time, but that is an indication of his impact on the game. Plus 166 is the best of any player in the playoffs. He makes a lot of different things go. Having said that, 12 of 38 ain't getting it done, especially when your team is on the road, especially when your weapon, and Kristaps Porzingis isn't 100%. He does have to raise his game. And by the way, if you're a first-team All-NBA player, which qualifies you for the Supermax, which you're about to get in less than a month, you need to do better than 6 of 22. It's okay to say 6 of 22 isn't enough, and that he's also contributing at a high level. Those things are okay.
It is okay, because two things can be true. JJ and I did a reaction to this game on his podcast this morning, and there was one statement. Our expectations of Jayson Tatum are not his responsibility. His responsibility is to go win games. So we can sit up here and be critical of his performance when they're 2-0. Well, I guarantee you, I want him to play better. He wants him to play better because we believe that he has the talent and ability. But if they continue to win, if he shoots this percentage for the next 2 games and they win a championship, he will not give a damn about his shooting percentage, what our thoughts are. Same with Steph Curry, who finally got his finals MVP.
And same with Jaylen Brown, who spoke to Malika yesterday and said, I don't care what the noise is saying on the outside, we are winning.
Hold on, time out. our expectations are our expectations because he's made them our expectations. He sat down with the one and only Malika Andrews and said he couldn't wait for this moment and that he feel like every single night he steps foot on the floor, he's the best player on the floor. So, okay, if you want
But the moment ain't just scoring, Perk. The moment ain't just
But has
scoring.
he been the best player on the floor?
No.
Okay, he the one that said it, not me.
Well, I think you have to walk into this stage with that mindset, and that's a shift for him. He said from 2 years ago. He also said that Game 3 is his favorite game in the playoffs.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay. Well, I don't know about Jayson Tatum, but let's make our picks. It's time now for Setting the Pick, brought to you by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN.
For sure.
Everyone here is rolling with the Dallas Mavericks. Perk, Chiney, Richard.
I said that.
You changed your mind in the break.
I think you said
don't lie to
I
America.
wanted to go against Perk, but then you said the Mavericks. It went back and forth.
No,
Whatever
Celtics.
we say, you can protect your parlay with daily so close protection from ESPN
And of
Bet.
course, Wendy don't give predictions.
Well, he's covering the series. If one leg of a qualifying parlay misses, customers are eligible to get 100% of their wager back in bonus bets up to $10. Download today and get in on the playoff action.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. If I'm down, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a